has to meet a liberated man. Why?
Why?
One has to meet a liberated man.
Is there any special person to say liberated? Everybody is liberated. Is liberated. You yourself are
Why
liberated.
I am coming to you? We have been roaming around.
So here, the main thing is that we should not disturb the liberation. Liberation is there already. Whether we are disturbing the liberation or not, that alone is the... So you need not yet to be liberated. You are already liberated. But the only thing, you are not accepting the liberation. So thereby you are disturbing the liberation. So it is in the natural way. For example, some water is flowing as a flowing river. So if you put your hand across the river, what happens? The water will circle around your hand. So in this way we are unnecessarily creating some circling water. We have no work. It is going on naturally. You have to remove your hand. You are unnecessarily disturbing the flow. To remove your hand. So to that understanding, if you do not have the understanding, you have to inquire, is there any method to get away from your hand? That for that alone, everybody is inquiring, everybody is doing. And for myself, I am wandering here and there for 40 years for the same reason.
You said now you are innocent. You are innocent all the time.
No, innocence is our very nature. Unless you feel guilty for anything, you take everything as a natural one. That means you are innocent. The innocence is our original state is innocent state. Only because we measure it through the scale and standard. This is right, this is wrong. Feeling guilty, and then only we unnecessarily disturb.
Going back to the bungalow. And I know it's just an example of the bungalow.
Okay.
Yeah. So the bungalow, so we can take pleasure in relationship to that bungalow, have pleasure with it, but the attachment to the pleasure, to the feeling of pleasure is the problem. The bungalow and having some pleasure and having the bungalow is not a problem. But the attachment to the feeling of pleasure, that's the problem.
That's the problem.
Is that correct?
Yeah.
But we can have pleasure with the bungalow, but not be attached to the feeling.
Not that. Some pleasure may come. Let it come. If you don't mind the coming of pleasure, if you don't mind the coming of pain, if you take it easily, if you treat pleasure and pain equally, then you need not worry about it. Because the real problem is in the psychological world.
But I will be bungalow for the pleasure of it.
But you may, for example, imagine something like this. You may expect some pleasure or pain because everybody is doing something with the expectation of pleasure, expectation of happiness. But nobody will expect any pain. So everybody is doing something for the expectation. But it is not the avoidance of the, actually when you expect, there is no, whenever the expectation is there is no pleasure or pain. But you expect something. It is only imaginary. You have some, in the imaginary world alone you are expecting some pleasure. But in reality there is no pleasure or pain. So whenever you have the reaction of pleasure or pain, then only it is actual. So whatever you are reacting to the actual happening alone is the problem. So some reaction may have, whenever you have the bungalow, you may have some feeling of happiness. Whenever you have some problem in the bungalow, you may feel unhappiness. So it is not an imagination, it is actual happening. So when something happens, so what are you going to do with the actual happening? That is the main thing. So you may imagine, you may have imagined to have some pleasure, you may imagine to have some happiness. That is a different thing. That is imaginarily you are doing something. Here, when you some happening, you feel some pleasure, or you feel some happiness, or you feel some pain. That is a real thing. So what you are reacting to the real thing is the matter. If you accept the pleasure and pain as equally, then you are dealing with the actuality. But it is not an imagination. When you feel the pleasure, the pain, it is not an imagination. When you feel the pleasure, it is not the imagination. It is a real happening. So what is your reaction when something is happening like this. So if you don't mind the pleasure, if you don't mind the pain, then only you are free from your life. Then only the renunciation is there.
So when it's in the realm of thought, it's just imagination. But when it's a feeling, then it's real.
Yeah.
And that's reality.
Sometimes thought creates sadness or happiness. That is Indian. And here, about something pleasure, that's something.
We have to take it as a natural one, because whatever comes, you have to accept and go along with that. You have, if you do anything to set right some order in the psychological world, then we are struggling within ourselves. So even though you may struggle, but even though you have to take the struggle itself as a natural one. Whatever happens in the psychological world, you have to take everything as an unconscious one. Nothing is there in the conscious level.